What's up, cowboy?
Best of the
Commander. We got no reverence.
What's the plan?
GSL. In the service of ire.
Welcome back to GSL, a Codas round of 8. 2-0 right now, Artosis. Is Hero going to come back? Right now, I think I'm going to say it doesn't look like it.
I don't have any faith in Hero winning this match right now, Daceless, unfortunately. Rain has showed like a perfect understanding of what's going on in PvP.
Yeah, I know.
Even though Hero has done like some really nice moves after he gets behind to bring him back up. I feel like Rain's play is so impeccable that even if Hero can manage to take a game, I can't see him taking 3.
You know, it's funny. It feels like after the 15-minute marker, no matter where, no matter who's ahead, if it gets past 15 minutes, Rain's just going to win.
Yeah, well, Rain is playing this like, you know, he has an opening, then he stabilizes, gets his base up, gets his Colossi production going as quickly as is safely possible.
Yep.
And then gets the correct unit composition for whether he wants to attack or defend. He's done one of each now. And, I mean, that's... When you know exactly what units you need for what role, then your opponent has to play by that and not attack you. But Hero's... Like that last game, the first game, Hero didn't get into a defensive formation, so he died to the attack. In the second game, he attacked into a defensive formation.
Well said.
Yeah. So we'll see, man.
All right, guys, don't give up yet, Hero fans. We've seen comebacks before. We'll see them again. But right now, Rain's looking pretty damn scary. So get ready for game number 3 here on Daybreak here at GOMTV.net.
GSL. Welcome to GSL Daybreak.
In the top right, we have our Protoss player who looks unstoppable. The best late game, or I should say end game, PvP that I have seen to this date. Perfect execution. He is...
SK Telecom T1, Rain.
In the bottom left, we've got our Protoss player. Can he come back? Everything's on the line. Otherwise, he'll be out of this season of GSL Codas. He is...
Liquid Hero.
Hero, you look kind of blue. Having a rainy day.
It is packed in here. As you can see, look at all those nerds. It's filled up in here.
There are a lot of people here today.
It's actually, I think it's pretty hard for our camera crane to actually...
It can't actually show everyone.
It can't actually show everyone.
Look, like, actually turn around and look, Tastes. The camera crane can't nearly go to the front, not even close.
That's actually true.
What you're seeing is like a little over half of what we have.
Half, well, you got to count the lobby too.
Yeah.
Which is also filled up with
the
spectators.
rows are wider back here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with half.
I'm going to go with an 8th. I'm just going to keep making the number bigger.
We have 1 million people in this studio.
There's 1 million people in here.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on. For Rain, the double gas right there.
Yep.
Again, as mentioned in the Entomb game, in Game 1, the double gas doesn't normally go with Rain's standard Phoenix play, although this is a good map for Phoenix. I'm guessing it's going to be a robo play, but he's only mining 2 probes on each gas, so whether that's a correction he's going to make later or a more aggressive build. Okay, he is already putting the 3rd on each, so I'm going to go ahead and guess for Rain we're going to see a robo opener. As far as Hero
Now-
goes, hard to say though. His opener's like too generic right now.
And the thing about Rain, he definitely has that wiggle room. But in this case, because sometimes we see a guy, he's up in 2 games, and it's a best of 5. And a lot of times we just see them start to take some risks because it's like, well, I could proxy game.
Totally.
I could try doing what Rain did in game number 1 and just trying to get a pylon in there, doing a 4-gate. I don't think we're going to see that from Rain, though. I think Rain's looking at this and saying, my end game is better than yours.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. And I think that's what he should do. If he's done his homework on Hero is like someone that you don't want to get into a micro battle with, okay? This guy just controls better than other players. And he just hit the sentry that popped out. What a cool little move. Oh, no, he brought it around. Okay. I'm like, is he actually trying to hide that he's going sentry? Because sentry gives away Robo a lot easier.
Oh. It stays alive.
Oh, my God. This thing just will not die. There it goes. All right, and the Robo drops the second he kills the probe.
And, at this point in time, I don't even think he cares if his opponent knows he's going Robo. Now we got 3 gates here. We don't have a Twilight or a Robo.
I think it's going to be a 3-gate pressure, maybe into Expand.
Could be.
I can't imagine he'll actually go Twilight with this late. But, yeah, I think that's what we're going to see out of Hero most likely, which is a totally cool thing to do, too, because, when you see someone actually pop out a sentry right away, that it means it's either going to be Phoenix or it's going to be Robo. And against both, 3-gate aggression into Expand is totally doable, completely doable. So.
Sure.
And he's actually going to throw up a Robo as well.
Is this the same build that we saw Rain do in game number 1?
It's
Oh, no, I mean game number 2. Excuse me.
No, this is game number 1 is what we're seeing from Rain. In game number 2, he went for the quicker Twilight. This is definitely like what he did on Entomb. So far, exactly the same, really. So, I'm surprised that Hero actually got the Robo before expanding. That's kind of interesting to me. I wonder what he's planning with that.
All right. Now he has enough sentries over here. He could hold this. I mean, a lot of times when you're doing this, well, let's see as you get up there.
Yeah, I don't think... And, okay, notice how he's trying to pull back. Rain is dancing at the top of his ramp. If you don't let the sentry shoot, when the Stalker runs up, sometimes the Stalker will go up further, and then you can force field him and kill him.
Yeah.
But if it sees sentry fire, the Stalker never goes up the ramp. So
right.
he was trying to do that, but Hero was way too smart, sent the probe up.
We're going to see the expand now. I don't think there's any way he can get up there.
Yes. That's an overextension right there. But actually, with those great force
with
fields...
the Immortal in the perfect position,
no, I take it back. That was pretty good, but he is going to lose quite a few sentries.
Oh my God!
Wow. So that turned out to be good.
I'm so surprised that engagement worked that well. Now he's getting 3 gates. So.
He had just the right units to be able to do that, actually. That looked scary for a moment. Yeah, Immortals are pretty good against Stalkers, turns out.
So it turns out, today I learned, put that on Reddit, today I learned Immortals seem to really beat Stalkers.
It's going to be TTL, not TIL. Today Tasteless learned that it turns out that a Reaper beats a Vulture.
Today Tasteless learned that a 3-2 prediction either way was probably a bad call here.
All right, so... I mean, it's looking pretty even right this second. Hero, though, this is a pretty late Nexus compared to what I thought he would go for. But
right.
I mean, it doesn't make a gigantic difference. Yeah, his Nexus is a bit slower than his opponents. Like,
you know what's so smart about this? With those observers at the far right behind the Nexus, the one observer that's floating in space, Rain just right-clicked an observer on it. It's basically a situation where he says, well, if you ever try to leave here, my Stalkers will get you.
That's very true.
Oh my God, even getting a sentry there.
Ouch. And Rain is right now, like, feigning aggression. Ooh, nice snipe there by Hero.
Beautiful.
But yeah, this is feign aggression. He's not actually going to do anything here. His army is way too weak against sentries right now. And it's hard for him to know exactly how many sentries Hero's going to have at the top of that ramp. So, you know, he's just walking around trying to scare Hero into perhaps making more units, skipping some probes, maybe, you know, making anything that isn't worthwhile for where the game's actually going, where Rain's actually pushing the game.
Well, the supply lead here is about 10 for Rain. And he's going to have the first Colossus out. I got to say, guys, this game is looking very similar to some of our other games where there's some back and forth in the start. And, like I said before, it seems like if we get past about 15-minute marker, Rain just ends up with better late game, builds up towards a better late game, and engages better.
Yeah, and we have to point out the first class is about to finish, and Hero's Robotics Bay not quite half done. So Rain's going to have a little lead as far as classes go, but not a really big one.
Well, you know, a Warp Prism here for Hero.
I like that.
Do you think he's going to do some actual aggression here, or is he just going to try to put some pressure on?
It's going to be harassment with the two Immortals, I do believe. I mean, it's a really good choice. If you're playing Robo against Robo, Immortal drops are like really powerful, especially if you get speed on that Warp Prism. You don't have to, but it's really, really powerful.
Tearing down the rocks now.
And he has a Colossus, so this is going to be like a real attack for a little bit.
Yeah, he could stop right on top of the force field.
Yeah.
Now, we got Warp Prism speed and one Colossus. I started here for Hero, but that's a lot of time.
This is actually really scary.
The Zealots are really good right now because the Colossus can step on the force fields.
And this is actually bad news for Hero Taste. This is a great timing that we're seeing here from Rain.
Really nice.
And, the Colossi does back up. Good force fields here by Rain. Traps that Immortal and does pick it off. And now Hero with almost nothing left. And you can see Hero.
Oh, my God. The frustration. GG. I never, ever thought this was going to be this one-sided.
Dude, listen. This might be the new story of Hero's life. Kill everybody, lose to Protoss deep in GSL. That could be it, man. Just like he lost before to Squirtle in an upsetting fashion, he's lost here today to Rain.
Hero does not look happy. Talk about when something looks almost impossible.
No, it does.
It looks like Hero is in a different league. These are the two times Protoss and GSL Codes. I can tell you right now which one is better.
Yeah, there actually isn't a question. Rain might be the best player in the world right now.
He absolutely.
Let's just throw that out there, guys. Not just this, but he's poised to win OSL. He's in the semifinals. He's playing a player I think everyone thinks is weaker than him last, and then he's going to go to the finals if he wins that. I mean, he is possibly going to win both leagues at the same time. This is something that almost never happens, guys. Like, some legends have done it in StarCraft 1, and that's it.
And when you get to the point in time where you're this deep in StarCraft 2 history, it's this figured out, and you have somebody who is this dominant.
Well, the thing is, he actually has it more figured out than other players, okay? Like,
he just...
Looking at those games...
He's like Neo, in the Matrix, when he figured out how to fight all the agents and those agents. You know Matrix 2? Not a good movie, but that scene where he fights the agents, that might be the other 7 players.
I thought Matrix 2 is better than Matrix 1. I'm joking. Okay. So, but no, I mean, he has it so figured out. Like, he really, truly understands what to do with his units at various times, what different... things that have happened do as far as where the game is. Like, he'll look at it, and Hero, I feel like, is looking at it, he's like, well, he's putting so much of his own style into it. He's like, well, I'm still going to be blinking around the map. And meanwhile, his opponent, Rain, is sitting there just thinking, okay, so I'm going to have more Colossus at this point. I got my second Robo a lot quicker. I can get those extra Immortals out and have a similar number of Colossus as my opponent. You know, like, he's looking at it so mathematically and so perfectly decision-making wise, whereas Hero's trying to force through with his own style. And that's...
Well, I think, like, Hero has more finesse, but I think with Rain, he just looks at that and he's like, no, you actually... It's no longer a finesse game.
He gets the math of PvP perfectly.
Like, well, you didn't get exactly 3 Immortals at this period in mid-late game, and when I got my Robo out and I stopped that attack, then a timing like that kills you. So, first player to move on to the round of 4 is Rain. Who's going to be the next? Is it going to be MVP or is it going to be Symbol? We're going to start to find out after this short break, so stay tuned. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to have interviews, too. So,
stay tuned
for
the interview.
Well.
Oh, God.
All right.
I hope you guys left questions. We'll be back with the interview in just a second.